Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another Crown Vic in here, and not to spoil the thumb title, but no, I didn't get another one yet. I plan to, but this one isn't mine. This is my buddy Dustin's. It needs the intake change, so that's what we're going to do today. He's got mine putting a cage in it, and we're doing a little bit of trading. I've never done gears before, and he has, and he didn't want to mess with taking all the wires off the intake, and so he just said, hey, I'll change your gears, you change my intake, and we'll be even Stevens. And that works well for me because I've done this before. I've pulled motors out of 4.6s. I've changed the intakes on them. It ain't that bad, but that's what we're about to do, so let's get to work. As I said, this is my buddy Dustin's personal car. He's building a cage in mine, but look at my guy's work. Look at this. That is just beautiful. And these welds, man, this thing is nice. I can't wait to see how mine comes out. He was halfway done with his cage, and he's going to get on mine. But here's what we're doing to his today. He's still got the stock intake, and they're prone for doing this. You can see this little crack right here where the water goes. That's a water passage. And just the heat cycles, it is going to eventually crack. It looks a lot more daunting than it is. There's a couple wires down here, the crank sensor and the AC sensor. You just unplug those, unplug this whole side. Down here on this side, you've got a couple wires down there to your oil pressure sensor, and I think there's one for the power steering. And then I'm just going to peel this whole wiring harness back, take the alternator off, take all the top off, and change the intake. The new intake over here, this water passage is aluminum, and that's what they changed after Ford decided that the hard plastic was not going to cut it. So that's what we're about to do. Here's the plug-ins on the driver's side. You got one right here for the power steering, and one right here for the oil pressure sensor. And looks like his is leaking a little bit. And over here on the passenger side, you got the crank sensor right here. That comes unplugged. And then, I'm not going to be able to show you from here. Right on top of this AC, there you can see it. There's a plug that you unplug, and that's the only two down here. not the injectors, just feel real. I guess I double. Oh, that's it. Something you have to watch for, the O-ring came off this fuel injector. It's inside this fuel rail. I pop it out with a screwdriver and put it back on your fuel injector. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take the thermostat housing, this plug, that coolant sensor, and move it over to here. And also, this new intake has these O-ring style gaskets, and the old stock stuff is this thing. I've already taken it off the other side. It's like a plastic gasket that goes on there. So I'm about to put some paper towels down those intake holes and clean all this surface up so then we can put it back together. I thought about not showing this because I didn't know if I wanted this technology to get out, but if you cut these vacuum lines that you're not going to use anymore, and heat them up with a lighter, you can seal them off right here. That won't leak any vacuum. Trade secret. On this back vacuum hose, I just put a bolt into a little piece of rubber hose and then slide it on here. Okay, I think I've got everything plugged in. We'll see. Well, we're fired up. I don't see any leaks. Well, I put coolant in this thing and it ain't got no leaks. I sprayed starting fluid all around it to look for vacuum leaks and couldn't find anything. So, I'm gonna call this episode done. That's how you change an intake. We'll see you on the next one. My car is gonna probably be wrapped by then and it'll be a reveal. But we'll see you on the next episode.